going to a boyfriend's funeral is not a happy thing, and the way that you say it is, it's very much like you're at peace. So I'm curious,
Oh, he had a heart attack. Yeah, it was out of the blue. It was literally like unexpected. And he was over at a cousin's house. Literally, got up to walk to go to the bathroom. Came back to sit down. Collapsed. And then it was like he was there with a person, and the person he was there with left him for dead.
Wow. How old was he?
23.
He's 23 and he had a heart attack. Did he suffer from a heart condition or something in the family?
No, but I would always, I know his like eating habits. Like we're like literally opposite. He has like, he just eats anything. He eats everything. And I would tell him like your eating habits is going to catch up to him. And then he started to have like sleep apnea due to like weight from being like super big. I guess that's like fat surrounding around like your.
How big was he?
He actually wasn't that big. He was maybe like, he's like 6 foot and he's like 270.
Okay.
Not that big, but it's big. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not. It's overweight. It's not like obese.
Yeah.
And then also drugs. Could be lean drugs and all of that. Those are just like things that contribute to
to the
those
heart
conditions. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
How long were you with him?
It's actually my first boyfriend ever. We've been together for 8 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you met him at what age?
When I was like 16.
When you were 16, you met him, so he's a big piece of you.
Yeah, definitely.
And you met him in high school, I reckon? Or was it?
High school. Yeah.
High school. That's insane.
Yeah, if it was like another day, I probably would be in shambles. But like for some reason, right now that I'm talking to you, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm actually cool. I'm actually not crying or like, I'm good.
You're at peace with it. You're just. When did he pass?
June 23rd.
June 23rd. Okay, so it's already been a little bit of a time. You said the guy left him for dead, his friend or something?
It was just a random girl. A random girl hit him up on Instagram, and she saw, I guess, what he posted, like he was selling drugs. She saw that what he was posting. She was inquiring about the drugs, like Adderall and all types of stuff, like asking him, can he get her, like all types of drugs. And they were there. Her story was that they drunk a little bit. He didn't really drink, but she drank a little bit. Then she went to sleep, and that was that. And he also woke up with nothing. He didn't have anything. He was robbed. He didn't have no clothes. Nothing that he came with. He didn't have anything.
So the guy died, and they just literally looted him for everything he had.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Culver City.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a random girl. Literally, no one knows the girl. No one ever, like, this guy, he literally tells me everyone that I've ever, like, he's ever dated, anything, he tells me everything, any and everything. We just have like an excellent communication. I've never heard of her. I've never seen her, but kind of like before he died, I seen like the same girl, her name pop up on the phone, and I was like kind of like taking his phone. So like when she called, I'll be like, oh, like, what's up, like, just to see. And it's just a coincidence that out of nowhere it's her. They're like, it's China. I'm like, China? Wow, I had a random intuition of her before. So it's like, I don't know.
Do you think he was cheating on you with this girl?
Oh, I wouldn't consider it cheating because he's he's very transparent. So like I accept a lot of things, but because we're both young, so like I might want to go off and venture off if I want to do that. So like.
Oh, so you had an unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I'll have my side dick, you'll have your side pussy, or something like.
No, not like that.
Not like that.
But like he's a man, so I'm not in like imaginary world and think that he's only gonna be faithful to me.
Right.
It is what it is, but just respect me and keep it over there. I don't want to hear about anything.
Right. Just don't bring any diseases. Protect yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And he's not even the type that'll like. It's crazy. He would more so like cheat with girls, make them buy him stuff, and then like I don't know. He would more so like do things like that and like not be interested in women and like, I don't know. He knows I guess maybe because he knows he has someone at home, so I don't know.
Well, I think it's just as men, we're just addicted to the hunt.
Yeah.
And once we get the hunt, we're like, it's all over. We do have like that kind of like that special woman that we still always go back to.
Yeah.
That we can commit like on a soul level, emotional level, but on the physical part, we're always going to have that thing that tells us, I want one more than one. But it's the chase. We're addicted to the hunt. And once the thrill of a hunt is over, it's like, I already messed around with you. So it's a matter of the fact, it's women sometimes, they don't get it. They don't get why men keep wanting. It's telling you something. It's telling you something about the human nature of men. We're not meant to be monogamous on a biological level, evolutionary level, but
it's you guys' nature.
It is nature, but it's like, let's talk about it, don't call me a misogynist or a woman hater or something. It's like, look, I got my needs, you got your needs, but we got to be fair. So at least he was fair to you, because some guys are hypocrites. They'll be like, oh, I can be with women, but you can't be with any other guy. That's hypocritical already in its nature. You're not living up to. That's just completely like male chauvinism in that way, where it's not being fair. So at least he was fair to you in that way. So
yeah, I literally I even was telling my sister I have like when he first passed away, I said wow, I'm happy. I don't have any regrets. I have never said anything that I didn't want to say. I've never done anything that I didn't want to do. I've I don't feel guilt. Some people die and people feel guilt. I don't feel any of those emotions. I've been genuine, pure, and that's it. Really, I literally everyone keeps telling me I guess he was having these talks with a lot of people telling me this is the one for me, and so everyone keeps telling me that, and it's just oh, it's nice to hear that that it's not just him saying it, it's other people that he's actually saying it to.
Gotcha.
We were he was let's go to get married, let's go now, and I'm well, you can spend $3,000 to $5,000 on a ring and I'll be cool with that. And he was no, let's just go right now, we don't need a ring. And I'm no, I was but now I learned a lot from that experience. If you really want something, you have to do it. Right. Go for it.
What are the biggest things you've learned about your relationship with him in this type of chapter in your life?
Ooh, I've learned, it's crazy. I've learned a lot about myself.
Right.
Just about, me knowing how to give a lot of love and not knowing how to receive it sometimes. That was a big thing, and he's gonna give me love whether I want it or not. So that was good about our relationship. So he didn't care if I would probably try to ghost them or something, and he would never let me ghost them. And I had abandonment issues, so I noticed that I abandon people. Maybe I might get mad and I'll be okay, I never want to talk to you.
Right, and it's a self-defense mechanism, so you don't get hurt, so you do it first, so therefore you don't feel the hurt of them doing it to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've learned that. I've learned about, I'm very shy, I'm very reserved. So I've learned, be open, I'm more so, coming out of my shell a little bit more. There's no reason for me to be very reserved, but this is just me. I'm not very social. I'll prefer to be by myself rather than in a crowd. I would literally sit by myself rather than be in a crowd of 50 people. I don't want that. I'm and another thing is that I focus on my vibration and my energy. So I'm very big on that. I don't want to surround myself around different energy. I like to be on the same page as others.
You are not a lot of women have experienced what you've experienced or what now. So what would be your advice to women that you wish that more women knew about what you just went through, how you're processing it, and some kind of words of wisdom? You're if only women understood this.
Yeah, I think it would be more so if a woman, if she's truly happy, truly doing what she wants to do for herself, following her dreams, not letting anyone come in the way of her goal and her dream. Because I know a lot of women they maybe get distracted from men or like spend all of their time like focused on a guy and what they're doing. But if you really focus on your prize and like what you want to do, and just relax. Like when you deal with a man, just relax. Like give him the option to be honest. Give him the option to, you know, and if he shows you what he shows you, take it or leave it. I don't like when people, like, I'm not like a tit for tat type of person. Like, I'm not like gonna be like, if you do this to me, I'm gonna do this.
Right. It's a one-way street. It's, you know, it's like I'm giving you love like I give an Instagram follow. I am following you because I want to follow you. I'm not following you on the hopes that you follow me back. It's like I'm not loving you in the hopes that you love me back. It's the same thing. It's just like, hey, I just want to follow you. I want to give you love. I'm not necessarily like begging you to love me back. I'm just like, hey man, I fucking love you, bro. I love you. It's a one-way street, you know. Right. But a lot of people, they treat it, you know, like an Instagram follow, which is, you know, you follow them, and then if they don't follow you back in about a week, I'll unfollow you. Well, that wasn't really like genuine in the first place. You know, you're doing it with an expectation, right? So you shouldn't be doing it with an expectation. You should do it just because you want to.
Yeah.
You know. Oh man, so. What's in the future for you now? Well, what do you want to be single now for a little while and just kind of test the waters? You feel like you've already healed enough? What's in your plan now?
Well, we were actually like trying for a baby since May, and like, you know, I told him, like, expressed to him, like, you know, like let's if I'm pregnant, like let me just be pregnant, because I'm a nurse, so I'm like, you do drugs, and I know that it's probably not that possible.
Right.
So, you know, just like from trying to have a baby, trying to get married, and like all these thoughts on my mind, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I do want kids. I do want that in like the near future, but right now I just want to focus on myself. 23. I'm about to be 24 in a couple days. Yeah. Just focus on self, really.
That's good. That's really, really good. Wow.
I'm gonna go back to work. I've been out of work. I just randomly stopped working one day, and I did, and it's crazy. I've been having like random urges to please him for like the last couple of months. Like, do this, let's go out, let's have fun. So like one day I randomly stopped working, and you know, I let him, like, you know, ask me like, why aren't you going to work? And I'm like, yeah, I just stopped. Like, you know, I just needed a little break, and like now I'm like, okay, I guess I can go back to work. Anything else to do. It helps a lot. Like, I love, like, I'm a nurse, so like I'm a CNA, and I work with like mental health patients. Like, it's a variety, older patient. It just depends on what location I'm in, but
you have to have a lot of patience and compassion to do that job.
Definitely.
You know, I can sense that off. You're a very nurturing person, so you're like just kind of loving, and that sense of, you know, accepting. It's really, really interesting. Wow. Did you grow up where? Gardena. Yeah, all your life, right? Yeah. I'm from Puerto Rico. I've been living here for 3 to 4 years now.
Oh wow, how do you like it? I'm supposed to be in Puerto Rico for my birthday.
Oh man, it's really pretty. Yeah. I like it here. It's a lot of culture and diverse group of people all the time.
Did you get like culture shocked when you first came?
Not really, because I lived in Indiana for about 4 to 6 years. I got my bachelor's degree in biology there. I was there for a little while, and then, you know, so I got accustomed to how Americans are, you know. So Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens still, so we're like a property. So, and we speak English and Spanish, so it wasn't a big deal. We have a lot of the same shops and stores, you know, in Puerto Rico as you do in the U.S., you know.
And you said you got a bachelor's in biology?
Yeah.
How's that? What do you see yourself, like, biology is something that I'm actually taking a biology class right now, but it's something like I'm strong, like I love science. Like, science is like something that I really love. Like, what do you see with yourself doing with that?
Well, actually, I became an actor.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. So.
Well, you learned a lot. Biology is nothing like life. So.
Also, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. That knowledge cannot be taken away from me. It's gonna stay with me forever. So I'm always hungry for knowledge, always hungry for other people's perspectives. Hence why I ask a lot of questions. You know, but it's very, very interesting situation that it's not every day that you get to have something like this. Wow. What was it the most thing that you liked about him? Was it his transparency or the honesty or?
Took a long time to get there.
Oh yeah.
Not really, but it was more so being like super compassionate, super caring, like just like a protector, like always being there. I feel like his purpose here on earth was just to protect everyone. Everyone. It's like protect, like when you know you're with him, you know you're okay.
Right.
You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
And just like I don't know what it is. I'm like into astrology, but we're actually like he's a Taurus and I'm a Leo. We're not like in that aspect we're not compatible, but I'm not sure if you know about the other signs. Like you have like 3 signs, like a triune.
I don't know too much about the zodiac signs.
Yeah,
I'm a man of science, so I kind of stick sometimes with just like psychology 101. But I find it fun. I find it fun when people tell me, you're a Gemini, and I'm like, how did you know that? And it's like, oh, because Geminis don't like being interrupted. And I'm like, well, that's kind of true. I guess.
I'm having an issue with my sister right now. She keeps telling me that I'm interrupted with her when she's talking, but she's a Gemini. She's gonna talk forever.
Yeah.
So when she stops, I'll say something, and then she'll be like, "You're interrupting me." I'm like, "Hannah, you just stopped."
Yeah, I know, right? It's incredible.
But I love Geminis. I haven't met one Gemini that I've had a bad vibe from.